Hello Scorpio! Welcome to your life path reading. So this is your life path reading for the first half part of March 2021. So now that the shuffle is over, I'm going to line up the cards. So first of all, I will read the day from the day when the energy of good luck comes out. I will read what kind of day it will be. So nice to meet you. I'm a spiritual counselor. My name is Jesseline. And I am a psychic medium too. And welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, thank you for coming back. Oops, two more. Okay, one more please. Okay. So from March 1st to 15th, I would like to read your fortunate day. So your first fortunate day is on the 4th. Okay, so on the 4th, this is the Two of Cups. So the strong message that this card sends is tie. It shows that there are events that increase ties and trust with people. This day is not the time to be alone. If you try to find something to connect with, it is a suggestion that enrich your life and mind. Especially the energy of love is strong. Good things can happen about romance. There are also confessions, proposal, marriages, and in any kind of concerning love. Besides, if you have a quarrel, you can make up. In the stagnant discussion, a mediator appears and the story goes on. There will be an event of reconciliation and cooperation and love, of course. So your next fortunate day is on the 6th. Wow, this is the 9 of Cups. On this day, you will get what you want and what you want. Realize your long sought goals of dreams. You will be filled with the utmost satisfaction. This satisfaction is the glory you have grasped within your hands. You will be able to enjoy the happiness in front of you with pure feelings. The emotional journey is starting to come to a close after the violent ups and downs you face in the early numbers of challenges, which means that the things that you desire for, everything you ever wanted, happiness, joy, and pleasures of all kinds of your most perfect dream is bound to happen. Wow. Okay, so our next fortunate day is on the 2nd. Wow, this is also very powerful. The Wheel of Fortune. This day is a turning point in energy. In all, there is a tailwind. It is especially suitable for when you start a new thing or jump into a different environment. This new change is likely to be a start full of hope and expectations. Also, to make good use of this day, it is to actively ride on the wave of opportunities given on this day. Even if you feel anxious at first, instead of lamenting, "Oh, I can't do it, I'm conscious," let's focus on what we can do now and make an effort. So then you will naturally ride on positive energy. Okay, so now we move on to the next fortunate day. So your next Emperor fortunate day is on the 12th. This is the Emperor. On this day, the passion and wishes you have in your heart, you can see that you have already steered towards realization. With the power of your strong will, you will be able to push forward even if it seems difficult at first glance. However, although you are strong and respectable now, because you can't show your weakness to people, you were always fighting loneliness. It is important to keep an eye on the anxiety and stress that comes from it and to dissipate it well. Okay, so that's all for your fortunate days. Now I will see the rest of the day. So your first rest of the day is on the 1st. This is the 9 of Wands and it's reverse. On this day, Your fashion runs like it's going to be a restless day. You may be floating from your surroundings or taking arbitrary actions. Take a breath and observe the situation closely. Also, try to refrain from impulse behavior. So now let's move on your next rest of the day. The next of the day is on the 2nd. This is the devil and it's reverse. On this day, there are signs that the bad situation will improve. Cut off your desires, spotlights, shake off rotten ties with bad people. This is your chance to recover from the negative things that surrounds you. Also, the cause of what was mentally cornering you became clear. You can start trying to get rid of this. You will be able to see the path to solve the problem and work hard. So let's keep walking towards the light. So let's move on to your next rest of the day. The rest of the day is on the 3rd. This is the Hierophant and it's reverse. On this day, it shows that the relationships are not well maintained. You can't believe people and you're worried. You run just for your own thoughts and your field of vision was narrowed. You may have a feeling of loneliness that you can't talk to anyone. So to get through this situation, take the plunge and accept the present situation. It's about throwing away selfishness, behavior, and thoughts. And the most important thing is be more considerate of others. So now let's move on to the next rest of the day. So the 4th is your fortunate day. Let's pass that, and so we move on the next on the 5th. So the 5th, this is the 5 of Cups. So you may lose something or you may be overwhelmed by sadness. It is not possible to calmly look at the current situation and look around. But what the card wants to convey is, this is just the world in your heart. The actual situation is not surprisingly bad. As you think, it's not pessimistic. But it will take a little longer for you to notice it. Now it may be necessary to mourn and more until you are satisfied. So let's move on the rest of the day. So the next rest of the day is on the 8th. So the 6 and the 7 is the fortunate energy. We skip that. So we move on the 8th. So the 8th is the moon and it's reversed. On this day, you are wondering something and it was hard. It may recover gradually. As the dawn approaches little by little, reality will gradually come into view in front of you. I have a feeling that it will become clear when you didn't know that what you didn't see. It can be disillusioning or even more painful. Even when you accepted the fact, you get out of this lost forest. You will be able to walk as if you are stepping on the ground firmly. So it regains your composure and relieves your anxiety. So let's move on to the next rest of the day. The next rest of the day is on the 9th. This is Temperance and it's also reversed. You won't be able to control your emotions well on this day. There is a tendency for mismatch between one's emotions and words. It can also make it difficult to communicate with others. This time is just a time of middle slack. Even if you try to do your best, it will be difficult to organize your mind. So, in such a case, forgive, including yourself. Let's divide it with its time to nourish your mental side. So even if you make a mistake in a place full of stress, please do not chase further. Now let's move on to the rest of the day. The next rest of the day is on the 10th, and this is the 9 of Pentacles, and it's reverse. It's a day when you are not happy with the results. You may behave in ways that are not your own as you try to reach higher heights. So it is very good to work hard to improve yourself. However, on this day, you kick off others or lie to them. The direction of effort can be completely off. Let's try to fight with pride as we are. Okay, let's move on the next rest of the day. The next rest of the day is on the 11th. This is the 7 of Swords and it's reverse. On this day, you will feel someone's malice and be alert. From that vigilance, you may be able to avoid a pinch. Also, refrain from risky behavior. Give up doing bad things. It also means overcoming temptation. Sometimes you want to do something wrong. Make wise decisions for yourself in the future. Okay, let's move on to your next rest of the day. So the 12th is a fortunate day, so we skip that. Let's move on to the 13th. So the 13th is the Knight of Cups and this is reverse. On this day, you was overwhelmed by your surroundings and your emotions. You might be annoying or hurt your surroundings. Or it indicates that you are losing your personality by suppressing your emotions too much. In either case, are you not pushing your emotions too much on others? Let's look back. Also, when this energy comes out, it often depends on people. Take good care of your will. Okay, let's move on to your next day. So your next day is on the 14th. This is the Page of Cups and also reverse. Okay, that and this are all too much to want. It indicates that the correct judgment cannot be made. There may be a great deal of indulgence and addiction to people. If you have a relationship or something that you depend on, consider taking the plunge and cutting it off in order to regain your independence. If it's difficult, try to keep a distance. Okay, so let's move on to the next day. The next day is on the 15th. This is the Knight of Swords. On this day, for you, at this time, you feel the power to gain clear insight into things. Are you too emotional? Are you timid? If so, you should control your emotions. Let's make ourselves the basics of our hearts without asking the complexion of others. Don't be afraid, candid, and express your thoughts. Let's keep in mind to show in action. Okay, so for Scorpio, on the 4th, it shows that this time you need the power to gain clear insight into things. Are you too emotional? And it's time. On the 4th, this fortunate days. On the 4th, it shows that there are an event that increases ties and trust with people. This day is not the time to be alone. If you try to find something to connect with, it is a suggestion that enrich your life and mind on the 4th. So on the 6th, you will realize your long sought goals and dreams, and you will be filled with the utmost satisfaction. And this satisfaction is the glory you have grasped with your own hands. You will be able to enjoy the happiness in front of you with pure feelings. And on the 7th is a turning point in energy. It is especially suitable for when you start a new thing or jump into a different environment. This new change is likely to start full of hope and expectations. That's on the 7th. And on the 12th, the passionate thoughts and wishes you have in your heart, you can see that you have already been steered toward realization. However, it is important to keep an eye on the stress and get rid of it well. So that's all for the first half part of March for Scorpio. the energy of good luck in the first half part of March. There's a lot of powerful energy and fortunate energy. So you have a wonderful life path for the first half of March. So I hope this will help you with your daily life, and I will be back with your last half part of your path life for March 16th to 30th. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching, and see you and have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.